In hockey, that would be called a check.
No, mate.
Oh, yeah! We're in!
Raiding party!
Ready, guys?
You betcha.
For me, it's Selphie.
This is it for the world.
Oh, that's going to be interesting for me to put that
Let's
stuff
rock.
in.
Yeah.
I may just have multiple tracks and put them all in.
Why not?
That would be interesting.
Also, probably completely incomprehensible. Although you can see the words on the screen, so.
Yeah, that's true. You can't see him.
Well, have you guys seen, there's this thing, it's on this website called you'rethemanNowDog.com. It's Final Fantasy X. They just took these little clips
Please help me.
in
Mark is gone.
and
Please
arranged
help me
them in
find
such a
him.
way
Damn it.
as to make it sound like the characters are having an orgy.
Oh my.
No, I just think I've seen that.
Like-
But I haven't seen it. I don't know.
like just little things like Orin saying, "I hope you know how to use it," and Waka saying, Tita's saying, "Waka, you're stiff." No, not your face. Hey kid, you alright?
Yeah.
There's a person waiting for you down the hall. I want you to go over to her,
No,
okay?
her voice
Yeah.
is in there too.
Oh god.
Although I think it may be mostly grunts and not so much words.
Oh, so what's this little section about?
I hate this mini game. This is a required mini game, and it is not well designed because, I mean, there's just no way to tell what is going to work and what isn't. Okay, so first of all, if you choose the wrong option, then you just get hit again, and you don't want that. So the first time the options come up, you want to press look around for another option, and then the second time, push the emergency exit button.
It's like your putting time events before they became popular.
Yes, so now it's a button mashing section. I have not once been able to do this on my first try in all the times I've played this game, and that's several.
Luckily, press the triangle button.
Except that the triangle button is the one button of those four that does not appear.
We're talking about
Kingdom Hearts 2.
things in general.
Oh, yeah. Reminds me of another funny Let's Play. Cypheron48 and Durden77 did a joint Let's Play of Resident Evil 5.
Oh yeah, that.
I think the first death on that one was during a QuickTime event.
Well, of course. It looks like a time, man.
So, the punch will inflict more damage, but the kick is faster. And as you can see, I got pwned. Well, Squall and Rinoa can join each other as pancakes on the ground.
The quick time events have struck it again.
And I get pwned again. There's also a fourth option that comes up.
Really?
If you block a bunch of attacks, you get the fourth option, which is called Death Blow, which, as it suggests, does a very large amount of damage.
That's not very immediately hits you on the way in. That's kind of a cheap.
Well, yes, he hits you twice, and there's no way to avoid those hits. That's one of the things I really don't like about this.
That's kind of a good.
Yeah, it's rigged against you.
That's stupid.
No kidding. So you can also block the guy's attacks, but I think part of it is that I don't have good enough reaction time, and part of it is that even if I did have better reaction time, there is a delay between when you press the button and when the move actually.
Happens.
Yes.
You know, as much as Spoonie complained, I'm surprised he didn't complain about this. This seems kind of like a cheap section.
Oh, I am complaining about this. This is.
No,
No, not you. A reviewer online called Spoonie one. Did you review this?
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm surprised he didn't talk about this section.
What are we talking about? Who didn't talk about it?
Spoonie one's review of Final Fantasy VIII.
So he complained about a lot of stuff, but not this.
I mean, it seems cheap as No.
Well, maybe because this is the only time in the game where this ever happens.
Not sure, but still, I mean, if you can't figure out how to do things right, you can't beat this section. But it seems. And it's,
Yes.
It's not like just a little mini game where you can lose, and it's like, okay, but you have to win this.
Oh yeah, the other thing I should mention. You have a limited amount of time to do this. If the paratrooper is not dead, it hasn't fallen by the end of this cutscene, you lose even if you still have HP left.
Oh man, there's time limit to that. That's really unfair. Where are you guys at? Video screwed up.
3206, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rinoa is just landing.
There's the entrance.
Oh good.
And now comes the cool part, when you run through the cutscene. This is like, I think there are 2 times in the game when this happens. I love it. It's just so cool.
Cinematics don't look half bad during this.
Except the one problem is that you see like the much rougher looking characters running through the very pretty looking. Don't worry about it. It was my job. We're still under contract. And it was everybody else's idea, too. And I just happened to find you. That's all. And Squall is like, no, I completely did not have any feelings about saving your life. So like I said, at least I'm going to pretend that.
Keep telling yourself that.
You know something?
I
can
mean,
afford to fall off that cliff and die.
he knows she's not going to fall for that.
I have something very important that belongs to you. I can't die until I give it back to you, right? Zell gave it to me, see? I've been holding on to it.
So cheesy.
Is your kitty being naughty? I'm gonna kill him.
Pardon?
Is your kitty being naughty? It's my favorite ring. You better give it back.
I'm sure it
like
is.
HC Baby.
It's a cool looking ring. What's this
He had
monster
a naughty
on it
kitty
anyway?
that interrupted one of his videos. It's not a monster. It's a lion. Lions are known for their great strength
in this
and pride.
game, actually. He's fighting a very strong boss. And you hear, like, wait a minute.
Great strength.
No,
pride.
bad kitty.
Kinda like you, Squall.
With animals in video game recordings.
I wish.
Anyway, speaking of kitties, Squall is
So
telling
this
Rinoa
lion
that
of yours, does it have
thing
a
on
name?
his ring is a lion. And you actually get to name
Of course.
the lion. This decision does have some effect, but you will not see
So
the
that's what
effect
you call
until
it?
much, much later.
You know, Zell said he'll make me one exactly like it. Who knows? Maybe I can become a lion, too.
Changes something or something.
There is a certain character that is
That'd be
named
crazy,
whatever
huh?
you name that,
I mean,
but that
everyone
character
might,
does
you know,
not appear
get the wrong
until
idea
much
about
later
us.
in the game.
Alright.
If it's so crazy, why do you sound so delighted?
And now Rinoa's realized that she
Everyone
has
is
to
trying to get us together.
that if she's
It's so
gonna get what
obvious
she
even
wants,
I can
she
tell.
has to start sending a little more obvious of
You
an
sound like
attitude.
you want everyone to get the wrong idea.
Always with love.
No,
I mean, when the object of your affection is someone
Well,
like Squall, you
everyone's
have to make
waiting.
the message somewhat obvious.
Well, of course.
Rinoa, let's go.
Because that wouldn't be awkward to Squall.
Everything is awkward to Squall,
Squall, let's go.
Even romance.
especially romance.
I could just imagine Rinoa saying to Squall, I love you, then Squall thinks about it before saying it. Like he literally just has a, you know, the ellipses, he does that before he actually says it.
Well, we'll believe me, we're going to see things like this later. I mean, general note here for the viewers: the fact that Squall and Rinoa, that there is a love thing between them. I am considering that not a spoiler because you can see that if you look at the game's logo.
Rinoa.
So, here we have arrived at the final dungeon of
You're
Disc 2,
here.
also known as Galbadia Garden.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I said the final dungeon for Disc 2. The sorceress should be here
And
somewhere.
as you see, all of the party is here.
Yay.
No turning back now.
Certainly has a final part of this disc feel to it.
Forget about the past. She's our
I
enemy
think it
now.
does. I mean, we're in the middle
Don't
of
think
a huge
twice for a
battle,
second. There's
where
no way we
know
can fight
that
her
the
like that.
sorceress is in here.
I, for one, can't.
Talking about fighting the sorceress, I'd say it has a final dungeon feel.
She chose to fight and became our enemy.
Disc anyway.
We chose to fight back.
Yes.
We have no choice.
So
At least I'd like to think so.
it was actually finished.
Seems like I'm the only one confused.
Well, I mean, if you did not know that the game had 4 discs,
We've come
you
this
might
far.
think that this was the end.
I guess there's no need for me to say anything.
Actually,
Still,
there's even on the website
Squall,
tvtropes.org,
we want to know how you
if you
feel.
guys are familiar with that.
I've
There's-
heard of it.
There's an entry on it called Disc 1 Final Boss. And of course, a day
I'll tell you
is
later.
an example of that.
After we all get out of this.
Same thing with
Let's go.
Final Fantasy games where you think something's the ending because you usually want Final Fantasy games to not be as long as they are, but then, oh, we got 2 more discs, or 3.
I'm the opposite. I want it to go on for longer.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, sometimes it's very good, but when it's in a game that's kind of unky and kind of not good, it's not a good thing.
Well, of course I don't want the game to go on for longer if it's not good, but if it's really not good, then chances are I'm going to stop playing it anyway.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you're gonna play a game, you should. I mean, especially with modern games, you have to pay so much for it. You should get all the experience out of it, even if it's crap. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, why do something you don't want to do just because you paid money for it? It's like... Anyway, so... If you go through these halls here, first of all, note that you enter from a different area compared to the section in Disc 1 where you were in Galbadia Garden. In Disc 1, you entered through the front, here you're entering through the side.
I see.
Also, you will notice that many doors are locked.
So I'm guessing the next one is Quistis 79 because the enemies were good. So what, did the students join the army?
Well, yeah, a lot of the people here are, the fighters who have gone to invade VIII Garden.
Wow.
Okay, Wizard Stone. Fortunately, we will be seeing more Wizard Stones from now on than we've seen before. They can be refined into high-level spells, like the ones ending in GA.
I see.
Awesome.
So it seems like there are a lot of ways to go, but soon you will realize, as you're going through, that most of them either are locked or head to rooms that are dead ends.
Like this guy, and I can't stand the shadow creatures.
Oh.
Like this.
Creeps is that thing's name.
Yeah, the creeps.
Do you remember the bits from Part of Darkness?
Haven't played that one.
They just look creepy as hell.
Dog in face. I just
Not okay.
I just know that people like to see that, so I didn't cut that out.
Well, it can't be as effective. If Angelo was a cat, would it be as effective?
Claws.
Well, as long probably not, because cats are not generally as big as dogs.
Not sure.
But assuming that you had a cat of the same mass, then presumably it would be as effective.
Also bigger, like a lion.
An actual lion.
Yes, imagine if ever purchased a lion of her arm thingy.
And okay, so this is where this happens. So you can only have 32 different spells for any given character at once. Once you have 32 different spells, you cannot draw any spell or otherwise get any spell other than those 32. unless you get rid of all of the magic, all of the spells of one or more of what you have already. So I'm basically dumping them on the characters that aren't junk shit.
Which is a good idea.